ayes have it. The Honourable Simon Power.
Mr Speaker, I seek leave for the Honourable Chris Carter to make a valedictory statement at 5:45pm today, and for the House to suspend for the dinner break at the conclusion of his valedictory statement.
Is there any objection to that course of action being followed? There is none. Are there any petitions?
The petition of Judy McCall McCaffrey, John McCaffrey and 6,686 others requesting that the House urge the Government to introduce and fully fund Pacific languages literacy and English literacy development through bilingual English education programs for Pacific students. The petition of George King and 40 others requesting that the House alter the arrangement by which ACC levies are paid for diesel-powered vehicles to a system which would enable all diesel tax and road users charges to be paid at the pump. The petition of Norman Wilkins requesting that the House note that 124 people have signed a petition supporting the reopening of Gracefield rail line for both freight and passenger transport, and that the House support the aim of the petition.
Are there any papers?
Annual report of the Crown's implementation of the Waitangi Tribunal recommendations for the period July 2010 to June 2011. Report on enrolment and voting statistics from the Te Tai Tokerau by-election held on 25 June 2011. Government response to the report of the Health Committee on its inquiry into improving New Zealand's environment to support innovation through clinical trials.
Those papers are published under the authority of the House. I hereby present two reports. The report of the Controller and Auditor General entitled Government Planning and Support for Housing on Māori Land, and the report of David McGee, Ombudsman, on complaints arising out of bullying at Hutt Valley High School in December 2007. Are there any select committee reports?
Report of the Foreign Affairs, Defence and Trade Committee on the report from the Controller and Auditor General on New Zealand Customs Service providing assurance about revenue. Reports of the Justice and Electoral Committee on the Alcohol Reform Bill and the petition of Angelina Tarai. Reports of the Maori Affairs Committee on the Ngāti Pahuera Treaty Claims Settlement Bill and the Ngāti Porou Claims Settlement Bill. Report of the Regulations Review Committee on the Subordinate Legislation Confirmation and Validation Bill No. 3. Reports of the Social Services Committee on the Crimes Amendment Bill No. 2 and the visit of the Social Services Committee to Australia 23 to 27 May 2011.
The bills are set down for second reading, and the committee's report on the Controller and Auditor General report on the Customs Service and the report from the Social Services Committee on its visit to Australia are set down for consideration. Are there any bills for introduction?
The Tamanahiri Claims Settlement Bill introduction, Exclusive Economic Zone and Continental Shelf Environmental Effects Bill introduction, Electronic Identity Verification Bill introduction, Building Amendment Bill No. 4 introduction.
Those bills are set down for first reading. The House now comes to questions for our point of order, the Honourable Trevor Mallard.
Mr. Speaker, it's just been drawn to my attention that there appears to be an impersonation of a Member of Parliament reported by Stuff by way of false Facebook page entitled Aaron Gilmore for PM. My question to you, sir, is whether that is a matter that sort of impersonation should be brought up for privileges or whether it is a private matter.
Well, it's certainly not a matter to be dealt with in the House right now. Order. It's not a matter to be dealt with in the House because it's not a matter to do with the proceedings of the House. But if there is a concern, I'm sure if a member is being impersonated in such a way inappropriately, they would raise the matter with the Speaker, and the matter could be dealt with. The House now comes to questions for oral answer, and the first question